Amid growing tussles between several state governments and the governors over the stalled bill, Supreme Court on Thursday has given a crucial verdict, answering the reference made by the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, under Article 143 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court held that the court cannot impose any timelines for decisions of the President and the Governor on granting assent to bills under Articles 200 and 201 of the Constitution. This is being seen as a big win for the centre, as they were against imposing timelines on governors and the President of India to give assent to state bills. The Supreme Court also observed, in case of a prolonged or unexplained delay, the court can exercise a limited power of judicial review to direct the governor to decide in a time-bound manner without observing any thing on the merits of the bill. The President need not consult the Supreme Court each time to consider state bills, is what the verdict stated.
Is it a setback?
It is not a setback. It is the limit of the Supreme Court that they are mentioning. But what is the duty of the governor? Is he an autocrat? Is he a king? Can he violate the popular verdict in a democracy?
Right.
Can he say that a bill passed by the state legislature, which was elected by the people of Tamil Nadu, can be withheld without any time ban?
So what happens to the 10 bills which were deemed to have been granted assent by the Supreme Court's power earlier, now will come back to the governor?
It will come back to the governor, and the governor has to immediately give consent to it.
Long term, what do you think could be the impact of this?
Long time, in any state, the governor will not keep the bill pending.
But no timeline. What defines inordinate delay?
Timeline is different. But if he is a democrat, if he has faith in democracy, if he feels that he was appointed,
Right.
I was not elected, I am appointed, I have to do certain duties, he will do the duties.
NDTV legal correspondent Nupur Dogra now joins me live. Nupur, we've heard from leaders who were opposing this, but this is a big win for the centre. Just take us through the big takeaways from what happened inside the Supreme Court today.
Yes, Vedika, this can be said to be a win for the central government and also, in fact, the BJP-ruled states, because they had, in fact, asked that timelines should not be imposed on presidents and governors when they are deciding whether they want to give their assent to the bills passed by state legislative assemblies. Now, remember, this verdict came in the Tamil Nadu government's case, where their governor had, in fact, delayed several bills, at least 10 bills, for over a year. Supreme Court's two-judge bench, headed by Justice J.B. Pardiwala, in a massive step, in a major step, in fact, had passed 10 bills to be deemed as acts. Now, this was today the Supreme Court has observed and has opined that Supreme Court, or any court for that matter, does not have that kind of power in our constitution. It cannot use its extraordinary powers under Article 142 to pass bills that are passed by the Legislative Assembly. It is essentially the function of the governor. At the same time, the Supreme Court said that there is a need to uphold the principles of federalism and balance of powers that are enshrined in our constitution, and the court said that when it finds that the governor has in fact caused an inordinate delay in passing the bills, the Supreme Court can then say that please do it in a time-bound manner, but it cannot set timelines. Remember, in the Tamil Nadu case, the Supreme Court had set a 1 month to 3 month timeline, a deadline on both governors and presidents for bills throughout the country, throughout the state assemblies. So this was being seen as a major override by the Supreme Court. Now the court has taken a step back and has clarified its role, as well as the governors and the presidents, when it comes to state assembly bills.